There have been various descriptions about how you worked to get the videos, some of these videos, to a position where the public could see them. And some have described it as almost like you took them out of the Pentagon in your lunch pail, or you tricked everybody. Did you have permission to sort of make the moves that you made?
First of all, I didn't release the videos. Okay, it's another, I think, common misconception. The videos were released by the Department of Defense. The Department of Defense made the decision to release them, and at the unclassified level, and the Department of Defense, through the Department of Defense DOPSR process, approved the release for exactly the reason why the request was made. So it was completely on the up and up. And on top of that, the videos went through a further layer, which was not required, a foreign disclosure review. So the three videos that were out, and the two that most people know of, have been through the official process per stated by DoD policy and regulation. So no shortcuts were taken. The original classification authority said we're good to go, and for the purpose of establishing an unclassified repository that would allow more people to look at and determine what these signatures are. Are there other things out there that look like these? And is there a simple solution for what we're seeing here? The problem is we just don't know. Was this an attempt to try to circumvent the official process? No, because if that's the case, they never would have gone through the DOPSR process, which DoD requires, and they wouldn't have gone through the foreign disclosure process.
Someone gave it a green light.
Absolutely, and it wasn't me.
The word threat is part of the program, and some of the UFO people are upset. Our space brothers, they'd never hurt us. They haven't attacked our cities, wiped us out with giant laser beams. But it is a threat in the sense that we don't know what it's doing or where it's from. You've been very careful in not calling it aliens from the planet Meepsorp or something, and not ascribing ideas about where it might come from.
George, let me give you a real quick
analogy. But it could be a
here.
threat.
And I'm going to ask you just your personal question. At night when you about to go to bed, do you lock your front door?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you lock your front door, I'm presuming, not because you think there's a threat, but there's a potential that someone could come into your house at night while you're sleeping and cause problems. So let's take that one step further. Let's say every night you go in and you lock your front door, you close the deadbolt, you then go ahead and check the windows, make sure they're locked and secure. Then you go to your alarm system, you punch in your code, and now your house is secure. And yet, every morning you wake up, the first thing you do is you come down your stairs. As you look in your living room, you see muddy boot prints in your living room on the carpet that weren't there the night before. Now, nothing's been taken out of your house, nothing's been disturbed, no one's been harmed, and yet every night, despite you locking the front doors and the windows and turning the alarm on, there are muddy boot prints that keep showing up on your carpet. Now, is that a threat?
I'd say yes.
Okay, so my point being is we don't know what it is, but if you can't stop someone coming into your front door at night while you're sleeping, then we have to presume it could be a threat. And so we have to know how these things work. What are they, and how are they getting into the front door? Or are they coming in through another means? Either way, we don't know.
We don't know where they're from or what their intentions are either.
I don't.
And then the other possible threat is if the Russians and the Chinese are studying this. Senator Reid told me he thinks that they are, that they get this technology ahead of us. That becomes a threat.
That would be a game changer. I think it's ridiculous to presume that other nations that are very sophisticated, very capable, aren't looking at this as well. I cannot go into detail of why I think they know, but I'm very confident that they are aware.